The views and opinions expressed on this podcast are simply that. Just views and opinions. Nothing more. If you get offended by anything stated on this entertainment program, that's on you. Please figure out why and what it is that makes you so upset. Then kindly deal with your emotions on your own time. Thanks.
Anything else? All right, let's begin.
Genuinely Organic Discussions presents the G.O.D.cast, Episode 3, Part 1, Revenge of the Roommate.
Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. If you're still listening, that's awesome. Keep going. It's going to get better, I swear. My name is Hunter Holt. This is Genuinely Organic Discussions. Today we got a special guest. Somebody who's seen me through my worst and stuck around, even though he didn't have to. Roommate / ex-fiance / partner in crime. I'll leave you to you can say your name if you want. You don't have to. This is my roommate, you guys.
The roommate can be called Roman.
Roman.
You're out of your mind.
A.K.A. Dr. House Jr., a.k.a. the Young Savant. Yeah, so this might be a special
one. You are just
one.
an exceptionally loud chewer.
Oh, I'm an exceptionally loud person. What are you talking about? You've lived with me.
Yeah, but you chew more loudly than anything else you do. Yeah. Just that constantly.
I don't know. Yeah, that's from years of having braces and talking with
I had
lisp.
braces for 3.5 years.
Having a lateral
lisp.
Like lisp. I don't know. I couldn't do it.
I also sucked mean dick on with braces too.
I will agree with that.
People didn't know. Well, you never had it with braces.
With braces, no, I would have been scared. I wouldn't have fucked that.
Yeah, well, guys didn't even know I had braces.
Huh?
Why?
Because of how I talk and I hang
Because your dick sucking skills were so good.
Wow.
I mean, I guess.
They
but
were.
Like,
I mean,
but in real life, like people wouldn't know that I had braces. It's not like I was hiding it or anything, but
choke up on the mic a little bit. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's hard to
treat
eat
it like
it's
it
in my
is.
big face.
Sorry, guys.
Anyway.
Nice.
Anyway, let's get right into the nitty gritty. How has life been lately compared to what it was, let's say, circa November 2022 to 2023?
Well, like my job's still stressful.
Okay.
And
well, I mean, you work
I'm
at the
getting
human.
more
Hold on,
sleep
give
here.
them a little.
We don't have to.
insight.
We don't have to go into total insight.
Okay, not total insight, but he works at a human help me factory, and I mean, it's a good description for what it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
An emergency room.
Everybody agrees with it that I've talked to about it.
It's an emergency room. You guys don't need to know where or what. But yeah, you work at the beginning of the human help me factory.
I'm the first and the
assembly
last
line.
person,
Yes, yeah, and you get to hear people being like, "Help me!"
Nope.
Like, cool. All I need is your name.
Name and
Too
date
much.
of birth. To
Name and
start.
date of birth. Yeah, that's
To
all we need.
start.
First of all, I'm not a nurse, by the way. Like,
Yeah, no, I'm nobody's nurse.
but you get treated like one.
People are under the impression that I'm a doctor or.
Well, I mean,
a
you
nurse or
wear the
something.
scrubs, so I would
I
be
wear
like,
a very
hey.
specific color scrubs though.
Yeah, but us laymen, us people who are like, help me, we don't know that shit. So forgive
Yeah, I
us.
know, yeah.
Forgive us for we know now.
Which is why I wish I could just get some scrubs with, like, just on the chest, like I'm not a nurse.
You really do need a tag that says, hey, I'm not a nurse.
Like, and even if I do know the answer to your question, I cannot actually answer that. So it's a tough position sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, you're in year 3
Or
of
people
it, too.
want to- well,
literally, they would fall apart without you.
People aren't getting the answers they want sometimes, and they're impatient because it's a fucking ER. It's not supposed to be fun.
The human help me factory.
They've already talked to their nurse and they've talked to their doctor, and they've told them the same thing that they think that I have a different answer for. because I have a different color scrubs or something.
Yeah, of course. Why
Or
would
I'm
you
like,
not?
or I'm like,
You're a
sitting
new
there-
person in the room.
or
Why
like-
would we not ask?
Well, no, not even that, because people will come out to the hallway and nurses and techs and everybody, they're up doing shit, and I'm sitting there at the desk because I have to do everything on the computer.
Mm-hmm. You have to
I am-
your job.
I have to do my job.
Yeah. Yeah.
So a lot of my like a whole half of my job is sitting at a desk, typing away at charting and shit.
But you do see where, like, us, the common folk, would
Well, I
be
know,
like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
we see somebody behind a
with
counter with
me-
scrubs on. We're gonna ask
Yeah.
the question.
I get it. Yeah, I totally get it, and it's fine. Like, people are allowed to ask questions. However,
Yeah, we are.
However,
Don't get
there are
mean about
questions
it.
that I can't answer. So
How would
most
you,
I can
How would
do,
you respond to something like that?
the most I can do is hear them out. And if they're frustrated, try to de-escalate that by talking to them about that. Or like, I understand that could be very frustrating. It's, you're waiting for an hour plus for test results to come back. And then
Your sense of
and then
humor all of a
have
sudden makes a
to-
lot of sense.
I have to kind of deflect it because, again, even if I do know what they're asking and what what the answer is to their question, I am not medically licensed to talk to a patient about that. So even though I can look in the chart and see what's going on,
But are you allowed to tell them straight up that, like, hey, I
I
can't
can't take it anymore.
actually do that?
I don't know anything.
Under state
I
law,
don't know
cannot.
anything. No, I don't. I mean,
No.
I don't have to go into all that. Sometimes I,
I mean,
do.
that would be a little
Sometimes I
better
do.
if people would explain that.
If some people can like catch me off guard with some of the questioning or the way like that, like, well, you do know what's going on. I was like,
Nope.
They can imply that I do know what's going on. So then they want me to tell them,
I'm fed up.
and I can't. So again,
By law, like legally, you can't, and you just don't actually know.
It's the part where I'm not their doctor or their nurse.
right?
So therefore,
Yeah, you have no.
that is
say.
not
Yeah,
my
exactly.
diagnosis or anything. I'm not
Exactly.
the one that is practicing medicine on that person. And
But you can explain that to people, though, right?
well,
Like,
yeah,
'cause-
that's exactly what I had to say, though. It's like, I am not your nurse or your doctor. I'm not involved in your health care in any really real function. I am clerical administration. I gather your chart and I keep your stuff up to date with your demographics and run your insurance.
Exactly.
That is the entirety of my job.
Boom. And the more you know.
That, I mean, it that like kind of wraps up in a big bow, but I have to figure out what to do in situations. But it is my thing with identification and
So, what would be your
legal
words
documentation.
of wisdom to the people? Maybe just
for what?
for people in your position when they're in the human help me factory.
I don't have to tell people how to do it if they're already there. They know what they're doing. Everybody
Each
has
one
their own
teach
job.
one.
Everybody has their own job. Everybody knows what I'm already gonna say. If you were asking for advice to people coming into the ER for treatment, know that
Oh yeah, let's.
ERs are there to prevent death. Therefore, if you are not immediately dying, you are not on the top of the list
So
for help.
sit your unhappy ass down in those chairs and wait till they call your name. And be pleasant. Yeah, I'm saying that.
We
shit.
can all learn a little bit of patience and understanding for things we do not understand.
And the wisdom to know the difference. All right. Thank you. Thoughts, appreciation of tonight. What did we do tonight?
Me and you went to the store, and then
The-
we went to the bar.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Technical over here. I was mainly talking about the bar, but
Okay.
yeah.
You asked me what we did today, and I answered.
Yeah. I mean, technically, you are not wrong. Young house over here.
Rarely am.
Mm-hmm. That's something I didn't realize when we first started dating. Is like how perceptive you were of like humans and like their ways.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were just some young 28-year-old one.
You just thought I was fucking with you the entire time.
No, I just thought you were like trying to
He doesn't actually
lie
know
to be
this
cool.
shit.
No, you were. I thought you were trying to lie to be
that.
cool. Like,
Lie to be cool.
Exactly.
That's
Like,
exactly.
you don't gotta lie
I
to
needed.
kick it,
I needed
dude.
to convince
you don't gotta lie to kick it.
30-something-year-old that a 20-something-year-old was cool.
When did we first meet?
In like 2018,
I think so. Either 2018 or 19.
October 2018.
Oh yeah. I came fucking skidding into that gas station.
We had some good early snow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. And I should have known this and like seen this before, but like when I'm around you, I am off my game because you are so on your game. Like my bullshit doesn't fly around you, and you would like catch it every time, or like I would just like stumble in front of you for some fucking weird reason. Like I don't know what it was, but yeah. So first time even like seeing you, I came around the corner too hot into the gas station that I lived by and fucking knocked into one of their little poles.
It was like
snowing.
It was
and
like 6 inches of snow
I mean, yeah, but
and
I
slushy.
was driving my car fine until then, and then I got like right in your vicinity and fucking something hit me, and I was like, "Oh, idiot time!"
Let me hit this dip and really fucking push it up there, straight into almost the gas thing. Because
It was fine. It was just
at least the lamp was in the way
Exactly.
of you hitting the actual like pump.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah. But then from there, we watched fucking Midsommar.
Yeah. After we were like, I think we got like high and like listened to some music.
Oh, that's
first.
Sounds about right. Sounds like me.
And then we were talking about doing Midsommar. And then I said, yeah, sure. But, that was like after
I was trying to test you. I was trying to test you and be like, okay, what kind of movies do you like? I can show you a weird one.
I am a avid enjoyer of all the arts.
Mainly. Mainly anime.
You ever see, well, you think that, but like, yeah. I do watch quite a bit of anime, but I watch a lot of other stuff too. And like,
where were you watching that with me when I was trying to watch some shit with you?
What?
All the things.
What things? Oh, well, stuff that you want to watch doesn't necessarily interest me.
Oh my god. Well, that's why it didn't work.
Well, I still try to give stuff that you wanted to watch a try, but if you want to get technical about it, when we go to watch my
power
thing,
did not want to do that.
I'm sorry. Did the middle of my sentence interrupt the beginning of yours?
Yes.
Got him!
When we watched stuff that I wanted to watch, you were highly disinterested and didn't watch. So I was like, okay.
Because everything you were putting on was anime.
We didn't. I tried to watch The Magicians with you, and
I watched
Orange is
The Magicians
New Black
so many times.
You watched it without me.
Okay, you're right. You're right to an extent. You are right.
I also said I'm down to watch House anytime.
Okay. That being said, knowing that you are Mini House now, I will watch this with you and be like,
have you? Okay. Yeah. I thought you have watched it though.
I've seen episodes. I haven't watched it all the way through.
No,
I'll watch that one.
I am.
I'll watch that. You gotta come out on this couch and watch it though.
But on a different life path.
All right, back to Magicians.
And not actually a British
Magicians. Actor. How many times did we watch that together?
0, because you've never watched the series with me.
Well, I mean, I've watched the series.
You watched up through.
We've caught episodes together.
I think probably like season 2, episode 3.
Well,
before you fell off of it again. Which is, I mean, I've watched that thing so many fucking times, and I have technically read the books just to get more insight, and I do love that show.
Yeah, for a recap, The Magicians. It's on Netflix.
It was originally Sci-Fi.
It was originally Sci-Fi.
Yeah,
that's what I watched.
Sci-Fi made it.
I watched it on the OG version.
Yeah, and that's where I first saw it too. Was I haven't like paid for cable since like 2010. But when I was in Florida, we lived with some family of my now ex, and they were cable fanatics, and so like
Yeah, that was my family growing up.
sometimes they would like be watching something and then they'd go off with their day or like go into their room, do stuff, and then they fell asleep, take a nap, whatever. And when I just chill in there, I'll like go out and eat a meal or something at the table, and then the TV will just be on. I'll just leave it on. It's not my TV. I have my own stuff in my own room, like, but like sometimes on sci-fi, I was like, okay, I'll like actually pay attention to this, whatever this is, because it's probably some cool sci-fi shit. And then 2 times
You got like 25%. It's gonna be cool sci-fi shit, and the other 75 is gonna be some weird sci-fi shit that you don't want to see, like Eureka or like.
Sometimes.
To each his own.
I'm willing to
sorry.
take my chances with that channel, giving me something entertaining to watch.
I'll give you that. Yeah, sci-fi was solid.
Like sci-fi, usually down for Discovery or National Geographic, whatever the hell is on there. Queso
Queso
fundido.
Bandito. Thank you, Mr. Bandito. That shit is
Have it
really
with
good.
some of the
I had it with all.
Did
Yeah,
you have this too?
Yeah.
I
have it.
love
It's
that
fucking
I
delicious.
love their use of cauliflower rice.
Thank you, Factor X. You should sponsor us. You know, just
Not a
saying.
sponsor, but
Not a sponsor,
we
but
are
you
thoroughly
should. Yeah,
enjoying
it's like
them. And honestly, ate
I'll endorse the food that I eat. Shit.
ate something a meal that leaves me pretty well full. It beats
And this is the boy
like
who likes
the
his food.
hamburger and French fries and a drink that I would order from to be delivered to my job and have it cost like 3 times more. But that is the world we're living in, and I'm not saying I still don't do that,
But you guys should.
order lots of food.
From
Keep those drivers in business, and those
Factor Foods.
Oh,
Or Factor Meals.
yeah, give it a try. It's not for everybody, because I've talked to people about it.
Do you work?
That it's
Do you work? Do you need 2 meals a day? Get 3 of them.
get 3 of them. Where's your math there? You need 2 meals a day. Get 3 of them. All right, cool.
Get 3 of them a week. Shit. 2 times a day.
3 of them a week, 2 times a day.
I never said I was a numbers guy.
I never said you were either, but you're not making a lot of sense. So I was just letting you go on that journey. I don't know.
That's my journey to go on. Thank you for letting me go on it and not judging me. I wish some of the other gay men in Denver knew how to respect that, but that's their journey. We're all going to get to the end and we'll compare notes. How about that?
I mean, compare notes on what? Like, what are we like notating?
How'd you get through life? How was your journey?
Don't you just get the book at the end?
Oh,
Here's the book of your life.
according
Ask me any
to
question.
magicians, yeah.
I would love to subscribe to that view of reality.
Well,
Except for, the part where the world's literally ending every 3 months.
well, let me clue you in on some depressing facts. Life is what it is for what it is right now. You know what happens when we die?
That was your experience, though.
Okay. Well, let me tell you from somebody who experienced death.
Didn't you already do
4 or 5
Didn't
times.
you already do this on the other one? Then didn't you just explain this once already tonight that I already heard?
Well, tonight, yeah, but not on the cast.
Okay.
And I don't think the audience knows. So.
If that's what we're turning this to, all right.
Well, I mean, you were firsthand to see the first one.
Andrew, you were almost dead in the basement. Months before that.
Oh, yeah. You got to see second one, I guess. The second major one? I don't know. We're talking about me ODing from my reckless,
The first one wasn't
reckless
ODing.
drug use.
The first one wasn't ODing. It was just you refusing to be in the fucking hospital.
Well, I was coming off of chemicals at the time.
Yeah, but you were really sick.
Oh, yeah. I had, like, COVID. I had fucking pneumonia and something
He had
else.
pneumococcal pneumonia.
Yeah. And what did I end up doing?
You fucking went home and drank, and then were pale as shit.
Well, first of all, I
Not
drank
replying to
there
anything.
at the hospital, let's be honest. I had Grant come in with a McDonald's and a big old extra large, supersized, full of like halfway full of vodka and orange soda. And then whatever they
And how
had,
did it
whatever
go?
meds, not well. I checked myff out. I don't remember any of
Yeah,
those.
because you were being intoxicated while they were giving you drugs to keep you alive.
Ooh, those were good drugs too. Oh. Yes, and I was
They were
like,
doing
hey,
their job.
I need a cigarette. Let me get a cigarette, please. And they're like, we can't give you one. I'm like, well, then I can't be here anymore.
You can't leave this room.
And I was like, well, you can't not smell my farts. Like, and then, yeah, so I went home. I know I went to
Case
Bother
in
Marks.
point, you never know what your nurse is putting up with, so be nice to your nurse.
Be nice to your nurses, guys. Message of the day. No, I was nice as possible, but I was like, hey, you guys, I need to go smoke a cigarette. This is going down. This is going to happen, whether you like it or not. Just let me go do it. And they wouldn't. So I had to check myself out. Somehow I got back to Bob and Mark's. I don't necessarily remember.
You had me drive you there, and you had me take your car.
I do remember giving you my keys.
So I was driving your car to and from work when I lived like less than 5 minutes away.
Yeah. And I lived like, what, 20?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Like 12 if I'm driving. 12 if I was driving to your
And why
to
aren't
your
you
house
driving
to get-
anymore, mister?
Huh?
And why don't you drive anymore?
These people are dumb shit
Is that
on
what
the
you
road.
said? Okay.
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 Well, what do you know that I don't know?
I'm just accusatory. Making you feel self-conscious because you choose not. Yeah, I know.
Because I don't care about driving right now.
I know.
The only time I like driving is 2 to 3 in the morning. Let's say 2 to like 4:35.
Well, mister, that's
Right at like 4:35.
That's just not realistic. I'm sorry. You gotta drive at some times.
No.
Sometimes the world calls and you gotta go.
No, because I could just work remote.
So why don't you?
I have before. But what I was doing is not something I want to do right now.
I think what you're doing right now is very noble, and you give a lot of yourself to that job, and it shows. But I don't think they respect you to the point where like it's something that would be a long-term career.
Oh, I actually get mad respect at my job. Actually,
I know that everybody loves you there. Trust me. I'm a frequent.
Did you see?
I'm a
Did you
frequent
see how
flyer
protective
around.
they were
Yeah.
when they heard you ask about me? Yeah, they were like,
they're
"Watch
like,
this
why?
guy,"
Yeah.
and then Jade's the only one that knew.
Well, I was also wearing a sweater that said "I heart cum."
I see people wear next to nothing and pajamas. Some old ladies still wear the nightgown. Nothing else is on there. Just the nightgown blowing in the wind.
I've seen some things. Working in the retirement home, trust me.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So like you see them in there, and then I see them when they get to my thing.
Some things that make you go. Brr.
Yeah. I mean that's just part of all that. That's why I'm like, don't ever put me in a home.
I mean,
Don't
what do you think?
ever put me in a home.
Oh hell no.
Never.
First of all, I'm not gonna pay for that. What they charge is outrageous for those homes and for what they get. For what they get, they do get
Let me die at my
a little bit of something, but
my own
you
home.
shouldn't be charging old people that. Like, no, that's wrong.
Well,
we're talking $5,000 for like a single bedroom.
24-hour staff.
Yeah, but their staff is me. Like, it's like people like me.
Not always you though.
Well, yeah, exactly. I was the shit.
Unfortunately,
I was the shit. They loved me.
It's hard to stay at a job
in
like that for a long time.
The dining hall with those heavy hand pours on the wine.
Well, I think that should just be a given.
They love their sweet treats and they love their wine.
Well, yeah.
And they love to fuck. Oh. Oh. That's what they're paying for. It's an old folks fuck facility. And then stupid daughters and sons.
Let's just call it a museum of biology.
Yeah. Very much so. I like it.
Museum
Yeah.
of human biology.
I like it. But yeah, they would have their relatives who were worried about them being like, oh, they're getting senile, but they're dating this person. Let's put a camera in their living room.
What?
Yeah,
people were putting cameras in their loved ones. What?
Well, they were worried about their mental facilities and.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, with like the staff and stuff.
But they also knew that they were starting a new relationship with someone who lived at the same residence. And I told them, I was like, that's probably not a good idea. You're going to see some things that you can't unsee. And they were like, no, we want to make sure. And then they came back a month later and like, oh my God, they're fucking in the living room. Like, yeah. What do you think they're doing? Fucking, come on now, people. Let's be honest with ourselves. These people lived for a long time. All they want to do is chill and fuck, drink, and eat some sweet treats.
I mean, guys are always horny.
Exactly. Oh, dude, Ed was one of my favorites out there. He's just...
There's some guy at your retirement home.
Yeah. Oh. Ed got around. Ed was a player.
As long as he didn't mix up his heart and his dick pills.
I don't think Ed cared. I think Ed was like, bring it on, motherfucker.
Ed
like,
was living for tomorrow.
Ed said, fucking game on. Today is the day. But, yeah, dude, I would like see him like outside of the home at the liquor store that I would go to. Like, it'd be like lunchtime for me, and I'd see him over there coming out with like 5 bottles of like champagne, a box of like booze, not a box of booze, a box of wine. Yeah. You know that Chardonnay, they love that shit. And what it was, his was
the
Tito's.
5 bottles of champagne.
His was Tito's and something else. His Tito's and like Dr. Pepper was the one. He always complained that we never had Dr. Pepper. So I was like, okay, I see you, Ed. And I was like on there with my uniform on and shit, like on.
He probably also wanted you to get the full Dr. Pepper.
No, he was like, you didn't see me here because he wasn't supposed to be out there.
Well, yeah, they're not supposed to leave.
Yeah, exactly. And so he saw me and he was like, don't say anything. I won't say anything about you here. I was like, deal, Eddie.
Yeah, no, like retired people should be allowed to do whatever the fuck they want, honestly.
They lived the life. As long as they don't hurt anybody else, let them do whatever the fuck they want.
Dude, people are crazy in Florida. They be driving like nobody's business.
I think we gotta knock at the door.
Hi.
And now, introducing every gay married couple's favorite unofficial pastime. Passive-aggressive baseball.
Ready? Fight.
Thoughts.
Are
Wonderful.
two.
Person thinking them.
I'm not supposed to say one word.
I know. I'm playing by my own rules. I don't know if you noticed.
I think that you were the last one to notice.
Yeah, I was a little bit too busy doing heavy narcotics, trying to check out of life. I'm late to the party, but I'm starting to get it.
Time will tell.
Well, and actions speak louder than words.
The pen's mightier than the sword.
We can go passive-aggressive baseball all day. I mean, we've seen it for the last 18 months. We could do this all fucking day. Let's not, though. We were gonna.
I can do it all day.
I know. I get frustrated.
You
and
get frustrated, and then you try to just demoralize.
bully
everything.
you. Yeah.
That's okay. Those were all my victories. That's fine.
Oh, I know.
Fatality.
Should we count them off?
I lost. I would have lost count a long time ago.
I mean, let's not even keep track of it, because you dominated my ass, and that's why I got so fucking frustrated a lot of the times, because I was like, God damn it.
I am a pretty logical person.
Hyper logical almost. But it's just like,
I shrugged my shoulder for those who can't see me. And I'm like, yeah, okay.
Speaking of which,
That's
if you guys would like to see us, and
That's
like we should do the video camera
That's
thing.
your opinion.
It is, I know. I'm trying to tell the audience, like, hey, if you guys would like to start seeing us record and do video things, we could do that. Let us know. It's much easier.
We could do more mukbang when we're just smacking our lips.
You know, I could smack them with the best of them. But yeah, if you guys would like to see that, comment, do the things. You know, we're trying to build this up for you guys. Whoever's listening, help us out. Shit. That being said, what did you think about Never Have I Never tonight?
Your rules are very confusing.
I'm making them up.
And they're very hard to follow.
I know.
Stop holding up fingers.
Well, should we do it more, you write down the story and have people draw it from a hat and try to figure out whose story it is?
No, the whole thing about the fingers, that's the whole thing. You made that way too fucking confusing.
I know, I'm kind of making
You should just let people tell the story.
But where's the fun in that, though?
Tell the story.
Okay.
And then people can hold up like a okay if they think it's good. And
1 if it's good, 2 if it's bad, 3 if I've done it, but I don't.
See right there, right there. I wanted to bring this up, but I didn't want to sound like a fucking dick at the table. Okay. You're leaving out the people who, 1, think it's true, but also have done it.
Well done.
You're over here like, oh well, you're lying about that, but I've done it. I'm like, well, what about the other option where I think you're not being the truthful, or I think you are telling the truth that you haven't done that, but I've also done it.
Well, we have 4 fingers, you know that.
You never even got to that, so that's what I'm saying.
Well,
your logistics about the number thing is really off-putting. So I say,
that's
change it to like
input. I like it
to like that.
An okay or
like a thumbs up, thumbs down, and then if they've done the thing that they're talking about, they stand up.
Okay, I like it.
And if they haven't done it, they stay sitting.
Okay. Shall we try to play around?
That part might be annoying.
Shall we try to play around then?
You know, the alternative is like getting signage, I guess. What's my other thought about it?
Signage?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah, signs you hold up.
Oh, okay.
Like, you know, you can make it really stupid if you were gonna like make like a video podcast out of the game. So
I would like
the camera's facing everybody. They're like 4 people sitting at a table, and they're like going back and down the line. And then,
so they would hold up everybody a sign else saying what, truth or
everybody else
dishonest?
Would be like true, and then me too, or not true, me too, or if they're not me too, then they don't hang up the other one. But that was my other thought about it.
Okay, I like it. Constructive criticism.
Send the check.
You guys heard him. Speaking of checks, I'm thinking about doing OnlyFans. Because Tim last night, he was like, hey dude, I'm down to film whatever. And I said, bet. Game on, sister.
And?
Well, this is a shameless promotion. You're like, hey you guys, if you want to see it, comment. Let me know.
If you want to see some skinny white boy dick.
Skinny white boy. Recovering addict dick. With a popular drag queen.
Wow, you're really outing him.
No, I mean, he likes what he does. He doesn't care.
His business.
I don't think he cares. Personally, Tim, and if you do, my bad.
That depends. You have to ask him that.
That's true.
Right now, it's already
hey, this is a reason why me and my last co-host weren't working too well, because I kind of just went.
Hunter likes to hang out other people's laundry because he doesn't care or have shame.
Shameless over here. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I don't believe in the word. I don't believe.
A lot of people are very personal about their personal business.
Why?
Because it's not anybody else's business.
Who cares?
The person whose business it is.
That sounds like a them problem.
And then that would mean that people can't share anything with you because you're going to talk about all their shit.
Don't share anything with me then. be that way.
You should lead with that though.
I'm gonna tell all your business if I hear
That's
about
the
it.
part. That's the part that you're not telling them about. And that's why it's deceitful.
If they tell me, and I don't tell them, like, hey, I'm gonna tell everybody. Is that on me or them?
If you have the intention of telling everybody while you're taking people's secrets, probably should tell them. And if not,
Oh, I usually do
That
too.
is
I usually be
deceitful.
like, I'm gonna tell everybody about this. I hope you know that. And they're like, don't. I'm like, okay.
well,
Well,
then it would be up to them to learn the lesson or keep you as a friend.
who's gonna teach them that lesson?
Well, unfortunately, there's a lot of fucked up shit in the world, so I feel like people, adding
No, I
more,
get what-
adding more deceit and dishonesty to the world isn't really going to help anybody.
I don't know how I'm deceitful or anything. I always tell exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm very straightforward with everybody. Brutally honest, almost.
You're brutally honest.
I'll admit truths. But for the most part, I will tell you everything that's going on.
And how did that go? October 17th, 2018. And then again on December 10th, 2022.
From the way you're saying it, I'm gonna guess not well, but I don't remember.
So how honest were you?
I don't know what happened. I don't remember.
You left a lot of open-ended statements.
Oh, from the
And
day
you didn't
that
wanna-
the day that
wanna
we
actually
first
say
hooked up
what
and
a fuck
like
up you were.
oh. Gotcha.
Obviously, you didn't have to do it the first time because you were
First, yeah,
apparently pretty
that's
alright.
the October date, right?
October
Yeah.
2018.
Okay.
But yeah, you're cool. I mean, you obviously still
But
lied about
May-
stuff that you came about
But
out about later.
by May of 2022, that's when I was like, "Hey, do you want to try hanging out?"
May 2022.
Or March? Because June 2022 is when I fucking OD'd from, or not OD'd, but had the whole COVID bullshit. When I went to the ICU and you had to drive me home.
We started again December.
Yeah. December of 2022. That's when we went up to Steamboat.
November.
January, but
January 2023. I thought it was
2022.
Before. I thought it was before Christmas.
2022. It was after Christmas. We
Was it
went
after
up.
Christmas?
Yeah. We went up to Steamboat, had our fun. And then it was like, I think it was like,
I know it was just covered in snow.
Yeah. I think it was about March.
I thought it was after.
'Cause, like, it was after we
Thanksgiving and
went-
before Christmas. But
It was-
either way.
It was either like right before your birthday when we went to Meow Wolf. When we met Grant.
Okay.
And remember that was the night when you came back home to my house and I was like, hey, if you want, we can try dating and doing, something together. And I was like, hey, I gotta warn you though.
No,
I'm gonna fuck
you
this
asked me
whole
out the first time we started hanging out again.
Oh, when Jesse and his friends were
I
there.
don't know.
It was my straight friend.
Some dude and some girl.
Yeah.
You guys were on one,
We were on one for sure.
and I had literally been low census, which it never happened again like that. But I had been low census from work, so I was leaving work after being there for like 4 hours, and it was gonna like snow that night again. So
Yeah. Well,
rather than me staying through the snow and trying to get a ride home in the morning, they let me leave early because they knew that a blizzard was coming.
right.
And so,
Either way.
yeah, it was just a freak thing. So then I left work, and then you were hitting me up at the same time that I was going home.
Was that not the night that I was like, hey, if you want to try doing this, dating
Yeah,
thing?
well, I think your friends were doing something next to us.
they were
They were doing something. Like, I don't know if they were like making out or something. I have no idea what they were doing.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Maybe they were just doing. Yeah, they were just doing lines.
Yeah.
And you were like trying to like.
I was jaw jabbering and fucking holding court.
Trying to talk a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the thing I do best. I know.
But I said I would come by for some drinks. Because I was down with that.
But did I not be like, hey, if anything, if we do start a relationship, this thing will be ruined by my drug use. I just wasn't honest. I just wasn't honest. No, I said by my chemical use.
No.
Mm-hmm.
You just said I'm gonna fuck this up one way or another. Was basically what you said.
Yeah, and I was like,
you never said anything about, hey, I can't actually control myself around any substances, and it's going to be a problem because I can't.
I said my drug use was.
And the only thing I said is like, if you're an adult with your drugs, then why? I don't even need to know. Because if I'm going to do drugs, I don't need a babysitter.
Oh, I didn't need a babysitter.
No, you did. That was the whole thing. Is that you should have had somebody there the whole time.
Should have had someone slapping the drugs out of my fucking hands and being like, no, do you really need that? Do you really need another one?
I mean,
get that out of here. You're
good.
Cut off,
that is
mister.
A good statement, but I'm sitting here saying that I know people can be responsible, but people have to know themselves well enough to be able to know when it's time to not.
I knew myself well enough to tell you, like, hey, I'm gonna fuck this up with my drug use.
You didn't say anything about the drug use. You
probably meant
you only talked about the alcoholism.
Again, I omit truths.
You only talked about the alcoholism, and that was after me pressing for answers.
It's the best time you're gonna get them.
and then, well, because our drug talk was basically me saying like, yeah, I do drugs, but like,
I like those.
Again,
those are fun.
You're never gonna have to peel me off the carpet or something, or you know, I'm not going overboard. And you know, like I said, I don't really have anything wrong with all that stuff because the drugs are not inherently bad.
Well,
the people who do the drugs may be bad people, but not everybody is.
Shit, the drugs
there's a lot of people
weren't even the bad ones until we started living together. That was the crazy thing. It was like, yeah, I had dipped my toes into the pool of opioids, 2019, 2020, January of 2020 is when I first got off of opioids, heroin for the first time. Wasn't shooting it or anything, but I was smoking it here and there. And yeah. It wasn't my fucking finest hour, trust me, I know. But, I got off of it and went through the fucking 17 days of like pure hell just getting off of it the first time without any kind of like treatment or any kind of like knowledge of what I was going through. Just straight up like
and that's where we go again to the part where if you're an adult about it,
no, I don't
have a problem with it.
I told Bob and Mark, I was like, hey, this is what I'm having.
If you're not willing to do the research about the chemicals you're putting in your body, then you're inviting
I did the research. I knew what I was in for.
You just said you didn't.
But I didn't know like what the first-hand feeling of withdrawals was like, and why there's an epidemic in this country, because people are so afraid to get off of opioids because of how terrible of time it is. It's the worst fucking flu, body aches.
They give you a
like
big ass disclaimer every time you get prescribed any of those.
Oh yeah, but people don't take that seriously, and they don't understand it firsthand. Like once you go through it firsthand, and you really like feel that craving and that like, you're just not feeling right. Your brain chemistry is fucked up because you have flooded your synapses with dopamine and all the other fun chemicals. But now your receptors are needing them, and you don't get them. That's a terrible feeling that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. Like, so after going through that, hitting quarantine in March of that year, January 2020, and then March hit, and I got laid off from Seattle Fish. I was like, cool. Game on. We get to go fucking sit at our houses and be alone. I'm gonna do all the drugs except for the bad ones. I had learned like stay away from coke, stay away from fucking heroin, but you know, obviously I still did coke a little bit more with fucking Byron. too often with Byron, but that's a different story. We'll get him on there. But yeah, no, I learned which the sketchy drugs were. And it wasn't until I was working that overnight security guard job that meth creeped into my life. Like, I was always such a negative fan of meth. I was just like, dude, no, don't do that one. Obviously. That one's not good. I don't need to.
When did it become less obvious?
After about month 9 on it, where I was like, okay, I kind of like see and understand this thing. I get it. Like it makes way more sense than cocaine. That's for sure. Like, but it also is it can just spiral out of control because it does make you feel like invincible. Like you can do whatever the fuck you need to do and get it done too. Like it just. I understand why Hitler was like all about the fucking Prevalin or whatever it was, the fucking amphetamines that he was feeding his people. Because, yeah, it certainly helps for like the first couple of weeks. And then shit gets dark really quickly. Well, and then just the overwhelming presence of it, working that job, you know. Because I would just like walk up on homeless people and they would be hitting their fucking bubbles or their fucking foil, and I'd creep up to them right behind them and be like, "Excuse me, you know you shouldn't be doing that, right?" Professional curiosity. What is it? I'm like, okay, let me get a hit. I won't say anything. All right, cool. Yeah, no, I abused the shit out of that job. I know. I'm surprised it lasted that long and they put me in such a fucking high position of, like, of seniority where I was like, if you guys only knew half the shit that was going on behind closed doors, like, oh, fuck. Like, they were worried about people just, like, jerking off and getting caught on cameras and shit. I'm like, dude. Jerking off and doing what else?
What else?
I don't know. I ran amok at that job. I just, smiling in people's faces and fucking pulling the shadiest shit behind their backs. Like, finding out about sniffies during that time was also a very dangerous.
Yeah, I should have never fucking let you onto that.
I don't think it was it you or?
Yeah, it was me.
I thought it was Kenny, but somebody.
Kenny's on everything, but.
Well, we all know. And that's why everybody loves
you
Kenny.
You asked me specifically what I was beating my guys on.
Oh, yeah, that's right. No, because I remember seeing it and being like, oh, there's a fucking dating app where you don't even need to see the faces. You just get straight up dick pic. You just get dick pics. Dating app for the straights and the normies who don't understand what that would be.
Everybody knows that, the other ones aren't dating apps either. We all know which ones are the dating apps. And even then, stuff still happens. But these other ones are not.
No.
Like.
No, like I hate
dating. A dating app would be like in the fine print. It's like this is a dating app for those.
But don't show your dicks, okay? Okay, gentlemen, don't show your dicks.
Oh no.
Who would want that?
No. That's not the rule at all.
Well, tell that to fucking Growler.
Well, that's in their terms of service.
Okay.
Them and Grindr, you can't show dick.
And yet you were a gay dating or male meeting app? Social media app? What do you call them? Like,
it's a networking application.
It's a networking application. Oh, is that right? Dr. House. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
But there are those that are
this networking platform that you are using is designed for a certain type of male, correct?
Wouldn't say that.
What would you say?
What do you mean? What do you mean by a certain type of male?
A homosexual man.
Okay, I guess so.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
For them to network?
Yeah.
Okay. What do homosexual men do best?
Suck dick.
That's part of it, yeah. With other...
Well,
what?
there's another website
I mean,
that's for that, though.
Yeah. Well, we get into sex real quickly with our other
Men are
fellow
open with each other
homosexuals.
sometimes,
Yes,
but not
yes,
all
yes.
men are like that.
True. But most gay men. Would you agree?
Again, I don't think you know most gay men.
You might be right, but I am generalizing right now.
You're generalizing the men that you hang out with that are gay. That's what we're getting at here. Yes, the guys at the bars, sometimes, yeah.
Okay.
A lot of them are based off of sexual encounters, and
They're very vain
they're little
and shallow.
very networking
and,
thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're very
But-
cliquey.
And they also like to do what? With other what? They like to fuck other men.
Well, that's what gay is, Hunter.
Well, you just said that I don't know gays, so...
You don't know most gays. You only know the
Oh, I'm sorry.
the
I don't
wedge of the
know-
pie
I don't
graph
know
that you choose to be a part of.
Which one is that one? Is that the older men one?
So
is that
far,
the bears? Is that
you are very oriented toward the bar community.
Yeah,
Not everybody goes to the bar,
I know. You guys are called losers.
and that is why you don't know most gay men.
And round goes to you. I'll accept defeat on this one. I don't care. I'm not gonna fight you on this one.
Well, see, by the time we get to this point in the conversation, you've already tried to make other points that weren't logical, and so we don't even know what the original point was.
Someone's getting better.
Huh?
I eat my food.
Oh, see, yeah. Eat your food.
I'm thinking of an
Turn off
answer.
the
I'm
thing.
thinking
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
I'm thinking of an answer.
Buy yourself some time, however you can.
Mm-hmm. I'll just accept defeat.
It's not about defeat. It's about sharing ideas. Let's get to the bottom of it.
Remind me what the bottom was. Remind me how we were getting there.
And if your thinking is incorrect, then you can correct it yourself.
Okay, but remind me how I was getting there.
Well, I don't know. That's the whole point. Is that once we got to that point, I don't even remember what you were trying to tell me at the beginning,
Well,
or you were trying to ask me a question.
future me is gonna edit this and be like, "Ha, he was right."
Yeah, that'll be a nice learning experience for you.
I've had a lot of learning experiences just from living with you, and I appreciate you for helping me
I'm
see
glad I can share my
see the
wisdom
error of my
with
ways.
my-
I'm sorry.
I'm glad I can share my wisdom with the lesser men of the species.
Some of each one teach one. Shit.
I mean, I'm not out here trying to father anybody or give out the answer, though. So
And some of us are.
I do make you work for it, at least.
You do. You really do.
That's the worst part about it. That you really hate. It's like I'm not just gonna give you.
I
the
know.
answer.
I'm like, fucking give me the fucking answer. Jesus. Like,
No. It doesn't mean anything if I give it to you.
good God, we can
You
get
gotta-
physical if you want. Fuck.
If you could learn it yourself, then that lesson's gonna stick with you for a lot longer.
Well, thank you, Professor.
Don't thank me. Thank life. That's where I learned all my lessons from.
Life does get a little bit lifey sometimes,
Yeah.
and it teaches you
I
during
guess
those
it's the
times.
perks of trying to be your own person at 16, and then for the rest of your life still being younger than other people that think they know better.
It must be so hard.
It's exhausting knowing everything.
Okay.
I don't know everything. That's a lie. But
Thank you. At
I
least you
feel-
admitted it.
so I have never said that I know everything. That's also a lie.
Well, you've certainly acted as
but-
if you do.
No, but there are certain things that I definitely know about, and if you're making a really poor decision, I really try to get you to think about what you're saying and what you're gonna do.
Well, aren't you the fucking saint of the year?
Definitely not.
You certainly deserve a cookie.
No,
There's one right over there.
I buy my own.
I know, I bought them for you tonight.
No, I got my own in there.
Mm-hmm. Who paid for them?
Who volunteered to pay for them?
Yeah, who's a nice guy
And
to volunteer?
who earned them, so I don't have to fucking actually say thank you.
Yeah,
All
that's
right,
true.
cool.
That's
Again.
true. I put you through a lot.
And I didn't even want you to pay for my whole groceries. I was like, how much you putting down? And I was gonna be like, hey, throw 100 on this.
I owe you at least 2.
I mean, that was entirely up to you.
Mm-hmm. Well,
That wasn't what I was asking for, but
I
I
know.
do appreciate it.
You're welcome. It's the least I could fucking do. Shit. You lived through the last 18 months.
I've lived a lot longer than that.
Yeah, but I believe the last 18 months were fucking wild as
Ball.
shit. Because I know they were for me.
I was working every week, so
Yeah, and you had to come home to my bullshit.
I was
Jesus.
already dealing with you at work.
You were a saint.
Countless years.
You were a fucking Saint Roman.
I'm not a saint, but yeah. I'm a pretty nice guy.
Pretty humble.
I'm a pretty nice guy.
And when do nice guys finish?
Last, but that's just because I fucking take forever.
I know.
That's just me.
It sucks, I know. And no good deed goes unpunished either.
Oh, that is understatement of the year, man.
Oh, God. Well, I think we are right about 58 minutes. Anything you want to plug? You want to tell the people anything? Words of wisdom.
If you're tired of your loved ones, take a nap. And don't take life too seriously.
Hey, that's mine.
Because
You'll never get out alive.
if anything, it's a joke, not a dick. You can take it.
I like it. I like it. Good last words to finish on. You guys, thank you for tuning in. Comment, like, do the things. Help us try to build this thing up. Let us know if there's anything you would like to hear or we could do better. Till then, thank you. Bye.